Now I also know why you said we should wear helmets.
Yeah, because you literally. Yeah, and the speed is
at 300 kilometers per hour almost.
Yeah.
Through Schwedenkreuz.
Yeah.
Good morning, comrades. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Nürburgring here at Apex, and welcome to, you might say, yet another lap with GT2 RS. But then again, some people are new to this channel and some people need a refreshment, and also Tim needs a refreshment to see if he can still drive this beast of a car.
Yeah, it's been a while, I think.
It's been a while, yes. So before we're gonna proceed to the lap, of course you can skip to that part of the video, be my guest. Let's talk about what makes this car very special. First of all, of course, the Porsche GT2 RS in the first place was the fastest car on the Nürburgring Nordschleife, the fastest lap record holding car. After that, it lost the title for a short while until Manthey-Racing came up with the MR package and made it again, and up until today's day, again, actually this already the second time that it's fastest car on the Nürburgring Nordschleife, the GT2 RS MR. What makes it different from the basic GT2 RS? It has a Manthey-Racing suspension, lightweight magnesium wheels, different brake pads, brake lines, brake fluid, and massive wing, of course, the most obvious. Some other aerodynamic upgrades also on the front. We have the canards, the flicks, underneath as well, the guiding elements, and the bigger diffuser. And this wing has also actually additional mount, which is extra solid because it needs to hold this huge amount of downforce that the wing is providing. So in total, currently right now, I believe the car is running 639 on the full configuration. That's the current lap record.
You'd have to check.
Yeah, we have to check, but it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that right now, this is the fastest car that you can get, and it is the only GT2 RS MR that you can get as a taxi. And actually, it's also quite special car in the world because we had this car since end of 2019, so it's entering actually, what, 3.5 years of service.
Third season, yeah.
What's the mileage, do you remember?
I think it's on either 46 or 48,000 now.
Yeah, well, we'll have a look in a second. Insert the shot right now. What's the current mileage? Yeah, so it's quite a special car. Now, I would like to hear from you, Tim, from driver's perspective. What do you think about, how would you describe GT2 RS MR to a person?
It's absolutely brutal, to be honest. Like, people always ask me, would you prefer 3 or 2 RS? And it's like, well, there's no question the 2 RS is faster.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's achieved just because it's brutal. Like the way it comes out the corners, it's the straight line performance is just on another level compared to the 3 RS.
Yeah.
And it's not just the power, it's also the torque. With the extra weight in the rear, like all on the rear axle, you really feel it just sort of squats and takes off, going up Kesselchen, and like out of the low speed corners, it just flies. It never sort of fails to amaze like what it can do.
Yeah.
You just, every time the customer gets out of the car, they're just blown away, and like it makes them recalibrate what they thought was possible from a car. With any car, yeah.
It starts from the beginning out of the gate with the acceleration, and then the first braking,
it's
the first
relentless.
corner.
It's just, it doesn't, there's no let up, there's no point during the lap where you think, okay, well, this is fairly normal. Because it's all just like way beyond what you'd ever expect it to be, so yeah.
And the same goes for me, someone who is fortunate enough to experience the big range of a variety of cars. And you might say like, yet another level GT2 RS, forget about it. Every time we have a chance to get in this car, it's a big pleasure, big smile, and like it blows me away with what the car is capable of. And especially like you said, you have so much grip on the rear axle. This whole car also requires not only from the passenger, but also from the driver to change the mindset of how you need to drive it.
You have to be thinking way far in advance, especially with the traffic during Touristenfahrten. Like you really have to think you know, well, yes, theoretically I could turn into this corner at this speed, but what if there's something there? Because if there is, we're not going to slow down in time, because you know the difference of speed is that big. You know, like easy. Often you'd be doing 300 kilometers an hour at the lift at the hump at Charoudin.
Yeah.
It's just it's nuts.
It's unreal.
Nuts,
and sometimes you would feel the car like sort of understeer, but then you actually push more accelerator, and then the rear gets all of a sudden traction with all the extra weight and extra aero.
Like you have to trail brake it a very long way into the apex of the corner, get the rotation with the weight on the front end, and as soon as that rotation comes, like obviously not full throttle, but feed it in, make it grip on the rear axle, and basically just let it squat and fire out the other side. It's a very different driving style to most of the cars, even compared to like a 3RS. It's just a different sort of experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we can talk a long time about it, but I would say, of course, enjoy the video, but also make sure to experience it yourself. Right now, the lap price I think is $399 for a lap. We had to increase the price because everything got more expensive. The brakes, the tires, the fuel, especially the fuel. Yeah, so $399, but still very much worth it. And I mean, we can go on about all the testimonies of the customers that we had, but you had to experience for yourself. So let everyone actually in the comments below comment what was your impression of the car and if it is as good as we're talking about. Enjoy the video.
A nice evening lap.
Ready?
Yep, off we go.
how much I look at the dash.
Yeah.
And now you've covered it up, I was like lost. It's weird. Like, I didn't realise that. Like, because I can't see the speed and I can't see the tacho at all. I never realised that before.
Now you had to really use your senses.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird. Because obviously, you know, you've got the speed reference physically, but not a number in front of you. Strange. Never fails to amaze me, this car though.
Yeah.
It's brutal, isn't it?
It's crazy.
It's a brutal car.
Now I also know why you said we should wear helmets.
Yeah, because you're literally and the speed is
at 300 kilometers per hour almost through Schwedenkreuz.
Yeah. It's the way it like collects itself over the bumps. It's like has this like pogo feeling almost, with the whole momentum of the car as you're swinging over the rear axle.
Yeah.
It really creates like a momentum within the car. You know, if something happened and you know your body's thrown around, your head hits something, it's not worth thinking about.
Yeah, it was definitely a very nice evening lap, and also very nice to get the references up to speed after a long winter. You hop in this and like, aha, that's how it goes. It's mental. Like Tim said, it never ceases to amaze. It's every time you might be thinking like, oh yeah, well we've been here, done that, done dozens or maybe hundreds of laps, and then nope. Every time it's just like, holy shit. It's definitely something everyone should experience at least once in their lifetime.
It's mind-bending, isn't it? It like makes you reevaluate what a car is actually capable of, you know?
Yeah. And that was just on regular Cup 2s, right?
Yeah, cold Cup 2s.
Cold Cup 2s on a cold evening. Yeah, so Cup 2 Rs is also an option for on a week, on a track day. Yeah, with very limited option, because I think we're actually quite full already for the...
Really?
I think so, yeah.
That's cool.
Well, okay, I need some air, and then we'll see what we do. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. That it got you very excited for the season. Yeah, I need a moment.